Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham Daily News and Update Show, the Breakfast Club for October 23rd. Jesus H. We are almost out of October. It is coming thick and fast. November. Oh, my God. I can't believe it. And especially after having a W yesterday at home against Oxford, down to 10 men. Absolutely blasted through that. Awesome job. But there are some things that came out of the game yesterday. Afterwards, Parkinson had mentioned that we're going to talk about today. Actually going into the next couple games, Middlesbrough, Coventry City, it's going to be a banger. So a couple things that's going to test our midfield. As you can see on there, it says Wrexham's midfield depth tested. And, it is taking a test, but I think we are passing that test so far. This is why you spent £33 million during the summer transfer window. And I also think that we need to go in January and go back in for a couple more players too, because what's coming up next summer, and it's going to be hard to get players in no matter where we are. It's the World Cup, so people are not going to want to leave in January. I know that might not equate to everyone's going to be an international, but if we want to get some players, I think we should at least get one or two in January. Just going to put that out there. Anyway, thank you for coming in. Smash that like button and subscribe to the Local Pundit if you haven't already. We are like 70 away, maybe less than, 70 something away from 3001. What an amazing feat with this fantastic global community. Happy to share this with all of you. But let's get over that hump. We've been trying to do it the last couple months. We will get there. And it's not it's not lost on me or anyone else that comes on the channel how wonderful this community is. So thank you all very, very much. But today we're going to talk a little bit about what Parkinson said about some of the injury woes and why are we getting so many injuries? I mean, it's all part and parcel of the football, but when you play sport, it does happen. But it seems that we're just hitting the bug all day long. So thanks for coming in. Smash that like button, subscribe, share, do all the fun stuff. And it is a Thursday, and we are literally another 48 hours away from a very, very, very big match against Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough are flying. They're a good side. Coventry are flying. They're a good side. And I'm looking over my shoulder like, all right, we're going to pull out 6 points. I think we said if we get 2 draws out of it, we take it. I was with my boy BJ last night. He was telling me about it too. I said, would you draw both those matches? I said, yeah, I would take a draw in both of those matches. I don't know where your stance is at, but I think I would take a draw for both of those matches. I just want to bring up something real quick, touching buttons here as we do. Wrexham, they are in the championship. Our next fixtures, as we looked at it, Middlesbrough, Cardiff at the Cup, Coventry, Portsmouth, and Charlton, who are also flying. Then Ipswich, then Bristol. I mean, it's a murderer's row. It's a fucking murderer's row. Sorry, Mom. It is an absolute murderer's row. It's going to be a tough match. And with the injuries, and now granted, Ali Rathbone has not seen any playing time, which is, Parkinson said the other day, I think it was 2 games ago, after we lost, he was like, well, Ali Rathbone earned his right to be on the bench and didn't use him. And here's why. Things are coming out. There's also a little bit about in here about Elliot Lee. So yes, but the chat is chatting already. How's everyone doing? Koduf 006, good day. What's up, Ruth H? And PCH Scuba's in the house. Loop and Sarah's here. And John Elmer predicted a 1-0 before the game. Just needed the first win to cross the line and more to come. John Elmer, good prediction. Well done. I love it. Predictions. I had a prediction as well. It was we're going to win. I didn't give a shit how it was going to happen. That was my prediction. Tommy L, subscribe. It's free. Actually, if you can, become a member of the show too. The memberships, Alex, absolute legend, 50 memberships yesterday. 50 memberships. Keep them going. It does help the channel go. Keep moving, which is great, and we really do appreciate that. Steve Cooper, just flat out, I'm happy. I am happy. That's it. Who's not happy? And Burrow is going to be tough, though, he says. So, yeah, talking about both sides of your mouth there. I love it. Leaping Stairs, I'm nervous about Saturday. We can't be nervous. I was scared the other day. I went full on. I'm really scared about this game. Really scared. But we can't be nervous. We just can't. We play nervous, get alligator arms in there. Ain't going to happen. We got to go act full-blooded at this 6 to midnight on Saturday and go after them. Riverside Stadium is going to be, it's a beautiful stadium. They're an established club in the championship. They have money and they're flying. So we go in scared. I don't think we'll have the same tactics that we're going to have. Also, too, there's going to be an adjustment. Remember, Doyle Rules is going to be out for 3 games now, straight red yesterday, which I thought was a bizarre call for me. The refs suck in this league, as we talked about. So, yeah, there you go. How many get 3? Straight Reds 3. Ted's in the house. What's up, dude? How are you? Oof, I'm afraid Coventry's going to go full Ivan Drago. I must destroy you. I must break. I think I'll break you. I think he says I'll break you. I don't know if that's the word. That was a weird ass goal, but I'll take it. It says, yeah, okay, it was a good goal. All right, let's get into the show. Let's get into the article from the Leader, which is awesome. They do an awesome job too. Wrexham could be without Ben Schaaf and Ollie Rathbone again. Now, I'll say this: the Ollie Rathbone one. I don't like the setback for him. That's not great. I understand. That he hasn't seen game time at all yet, but I'm not too worried about it. But now with the Ben Schaaf one, I'm a little concerned. That said, Matty James, I thought had a fantastic game. For me, man of the match yesterday. Second runner up to me, man of the match was AO. For everyone else, I think too. But I thought Matty James came in and did a fantastic job. Now he was our steady Eddie last season, and he had that chip to Sam Smith put in the back. I thought he was fantastic. And interestingly enough, when Matty James has come on in the games for Schaaf, because Schaaf had an injury that Parkinson had talked about before. Matty James did not look as good. I don't know if he said he likes to start the matches and grows into the games, but I thought that Matty James played really well. Article here says Ben Schaaf and Ollie Rathbone have picked up minor injuries. They're touch and go for Saturday's championship game away to the High Flying Middlesbrough. We'll bring this down because that is ugly because you don't want to see that side of it. What did I do? I brought touching stuff. But he says the midfield missed the 1-0 victory, blah, blah, blah. Schaaf has enjoyed a run and he's done really good. I think Ben Schaaf has done good, has started the season off really, really well. And he's kind of tailed off a bit. I don't know if it has to do with whatever that injury is. He talks about it right here, but we do have depth. And I will tell you this too. Thomason, first time out yesterday, really seeing him, did very well. Really impressed with him. Parkinson likes him. You can tell Parkinson gets a little twinkle in his eye when he talks about Thomason. I don't know why, but he's got that little yeah, he's got it right there. So good to see that. All right. I'll talk about the challenge down there too. No, straight red's three games. Straight red is 3 games. Sorry. If I'm wrong, prove me I'm wrong. But I believe straight red is 3 games, no matter what. Okay. Quotes from Parkinson. These are a little bit from yesterday, so we'll just build off of that, all right? He said both of them just picked up minor strains, but they're not serious. Talking about Schaaf and Rathbone. Yeah, see, listen, strains, minor, not serious, okay? He's been out front with them, which was nice. At the back end of last week, Ollie had a bit of tightness, Ollie Rathbone, that is, in his thigh, which he was concerned about. Okay. Don't know what that's from. That's probably, he's not match fit. He's probably not even fit to play. He's probably fit for practice, but not to go in not to go on the pitch and be match fit. We talked about, I think Rathbone's still a month away from actually being, he didn't have a preseason. He went down and what am I doing? Touching buttons and slamming things. Broke everything there. Oh my God. But Ollie Rathbone is way behind. Having him on the bench was good, but then obviously he's been playing, pushing him a little bit, tightening in his thigh. Not great. He had an ankle injury, so maybe he was compensating. But he has not had a preseason, and now it's October 23rd, and now he's picked up another knock, which is going to set him back. Not good. The depth of our midfield will be challenged. Parkinson says, it flared up a little bit on Monday, talking about Ollie Rathbone, his thigh, in training, so there's no need to risk him. Ben, which is good. All right. I mean, listen, what's really funny about our injuries? We get information that some players don't get the players on other ones, don't get players on another one too. It's really odd. Red card can be to 1 or 2 or 3 games based on severity. He guessed it was 2 days. I just know in the Prem, straight red's 3 card. Straight red is 3 match ban. If it's different in the EFL, let me know. Definitely in the Prem, if you have a straight red, it's a 3 match ban. I don't know the severity or whatever. A red is a red. I don't think they measure the severity of it, but I believe that's a straight red, and I think that's 3 games. Talk about that. Figure it out. I could be totally wrong, Kelly. 2, rather have it 2. Rather have it 0, but he's going to be out. So let me know. Going back to the injuries, he says he says Ben is not a major injury at all, but he struck a ball in training on Monday, okay, and just felt a little bit of tightness, just a slight groin strain. Now, the Ollie Rathbone thing's a different story with his thigh. Okay, rest him. We haven't had him yet. Not that we don't need him, but put him. Don't force him back. Let him. He's on his own different timetable. And all these players with the injuries have their own different timetable. Now, moving to Ben Schaaf, that is. Groin strain's a little bit different for me. You can't push that. You feel it a little bit there, like these are sportsmen. They know their body pretty good. Ben's not, Ben's athletic, but he's not like a power guy. But he's more of obviously a little bit of midfield maestro. So I feel better that we had Matty James come in the other day and play very well. Yesterday and play well. Ben Schaaf, I thought, started out well, like I said. So why risk it? We do have the depth, but there's only so much time where that depth window you'll get a little bit smaller, But now that Thomason is in there, maybe the position, I think that's pretty good. That we have more coverage there too. So I think if we get more injuries, touch wood, we can't push it. So don't risk any of these guys. But that said, it's really we have had the injuries just keep coming up for us. We cannot catch a break. And to be fair, and I'm not going to jinx this at all, Kiefer Moore, totally different. Kiefer Moore puts himself about so much. We got to wrap that guy up too. I don't know how much I don't think he could take a whole season like that. I don't. He came off yesterday and the dude was spent. Dude was absolutely spent. We'll have to see. Okay. Josh, Patty's discussed it last night and he believes it's 2. We'll ask it reduced to 1. I don't have the answer, but as far as I know, red card, 3 matches. That's what I know. Okay, talk about that. Reckless judgments with bad language or abusive. Okay, there you go. Straight from the FA handbook. If that applies to us, that applies to you. 3 matches for reckless challenge, 2 matches for bad language or abuse of ref, etc. I'm telling you, it's gonna be 3 matches. Okay, pure. All right, those are the rules. We're talking about injuries. You talk about the rules. We'll talk about that in a second, which is fine. You know how we jump around on the show. Moving on, the slight groin strain from Ben. Great. Parkinson goes on to say, too, with players we've got with Matty, Dabo, and Tomo, he calls him. That's Thomas, I'm guessing. We no need to risk these players. So that's what he's going to lead on. He's going to lead on Matty James, Dobson, who I think played very well yesterday, too, and Thomason. Now that Thomason comes back, that's really good. That helps us fill the midfield. I know those are kind of our engine guys, our engine room right there. So you look at a Wynn Dass, a little bit more creative midfielder. He called, by the way, fair play to John. Fair play to John. Parkinson called Broadhead a striker yesterday. So he doesn't see him as a midfielder, even though he was the second striker yesterday. So our engine room can't take any more hits. You can't take any more hits, but we do have coverage of it. So the depth will be tested. Mike Shane said, watch the Middlesbrough game against Wednesday, and I'm scared, he says. They peppered that poor goalie with shots, although he made half a dozen great saves to keep the game close. Their offense is scary. Well, we cannot sit back and take that. And we'll build up. They're going to do tactical fortitude today. We will build up to that match. But I think, to your point, getting off topic again, if we sit there and just take punches, literally Rocky IV style, it ain't good. That tactic, I think they will score 5 on us, hands down. We cannot absorb pressure. We need to get on the front foot a little bit too. I don't know what tactics Parkinson's going to play. Away form's been decent, but if we go and just take punches, I don't think it's a good move. Yet I'm not the manager, so we'll see how it goes down. All right, back here to the injury stuff. So Matty James, Dabo, and Tomo. Okay, Parkinson says we will assess them again, meaning Rathbone and meaning Ben Schaaf. I think it will be touch and go from Middlesbrough, but they are not long-term injuries. Okay, not long-term injuries, meaning like how long? A week or 2? I would expect. Look, I don't know what the situation is. A groin injury, any bit of tightness in there, probably want to leave that alone. I would not expect to be Ben Schaaf there. I would almost say he might go He might go unchanged 11 minus the red card for Doyle. Now Doyle, whether it's 1 or 2 games, Doyle's gone for the next game. Brunt will come in. I almost see he might do the same starting 11. In fact, I think in Middleborough, I think that's what he's going to do. Same starting 11 minus Doyle, and I think Brunty will be in there. So, and I would not expect if there's a groin injury of some sort for Schaaf, probably sit him out. I don't think that either one of them will be on the bench this weekend, let alone starting. So, groin injuries are terrible. Yes, they are. And Esteban says Moore needs to stop diving so much. He was out there looking like ventriloquist doll last night. So that's a $6 word there. Glad he rested Lewis, O'Brien, and Wendass for the first 60. They will be key to our attack. And if we sit back, this game will get out of hand this weekend. I agree with that too. And we will build up to that. But if we take their punches, it ain't going to happen. So lastly, too, on the injuries. This is one that we knew nothing about. Everyone was talking about, where's Elliott Lee? When's he going to get on the bench? Not that, we don't want to use Elliott Lee. I think we've not moved on from him, but he's definitely taken a step back in regards to probably more of a cut player at this point. I probably suggest that if fit, I would move Elliott Lee on, whether it be a loan, if we can bring another player in, because we're at our 25. Parkinson said, Elliott Lee, yet to feature in the league this season, is another injury. So here we go. Elliott Lee has got to see a specialist about his knee. Now, okay, Elliott Lee has got to see a specialist about his knee. That's not good. So we knew nothing about this, unless someone knew something that I didn't know. But that's the first I'm hearing about Elliott Lee. Now, we don't know everything. We're not on the ground, and they're not supposed to know everything. But if there's a couple things here. So if Elliott Lee is to move on or get game time, and Ashfield, we haven't heard anything about either as well. Elliott Lee needs to be fit. You cannot loan or sell a player in any window without with being injured. So that's the problem. Elliott Lee has got to see a specialist about his knee, says Parkinson, and it's that's a surprise for me. That's a surprise. John Hills says Lee will likely be one of the first who makes way if we sign someone in January. Yeah, and I'm concerned now, John, that he has this injury. According to Bruce, says Kelly Davidson, yellow cards are specific for competitions. League, EFL Cup, FA Cup, red card suspensions carry across competition. So yeah, that makes sense to me. What's up with Connor Cody? I don't know. It doesn't fancy him. Parkinson doesn't fancy him. But he'll play a part this season. He'll play a part. Interesting, though, came out before him yesterday was Dan Scarr. Dan Scarr is really good in the air, really athletic. But you need to hold the lead, you need to hold the line. You get Dan Scarr in there. That's why I think he had Dan Scarr at the end of last season. Dan Scarr, in my opinion, at the end of last season, Dan Scarr was far superior for what we needed at the end of the season than O'Connell, and also who's still here. John Hills. Don Heim was up with Connor Cody. That's right. Interesting. Thanks for the info, Kelly Davidson. And Sirio says, almost everyone on our squad this year has gotten an injury. I'm honestly worried about our training on the pitch. 2, our trainers and preventative work that they're doing or not doing. That's a good shout. I don't have that information, but I mean, you can go through the list of, small injuries, big injuries, things happen, bad tackles, it happens, but it's not been good. It's been an injury-prone season for sure on different levels, different grades. So just going to finish up this article here. Although injuries forced his hand, meaning Parkinson, he hinted that shuffling the back against Oxford following defeat at Stoke, and he made 4 changes. Good. We mentioned this yesterday too. We wanted changes. Parkinson made changes. That's the evolution of him and Parkin and what they're doing. I'm really proud of what happened yesterday. Really, guys that have come in. Ribby back on the pitch there too. Thomas and Broadhead. Lewis O'Brien did get a rest. Josh got a rest. But, I didn't think we looked snappier yesterday. Whatever it was, whatever was said, whatever, guys that are not starting certain games and get out there to want to prove their worth, whatever happened, it was worth it. And, I understand sometimes an unchanged 11, as it works, a winning side, you don't want to change. But whatever whatever was said or done in training, and those guys that come in that were hot to go out and play, a Thomason, for example, a Libby coming back, and Issa, back in, I know he's into the game before that, but it's really good. Parkinson did say the lads who came in contributed so much for us, and he's very pleased. From game to game, we've got to look at making changes and keep refreshing the team like we did against Oxford. That's a good shout. That's a good shout. And he knows that. He knows that. Clearly, he's been forced to changes, Parkinson, that is. But he's not afraid of making changes. And I know we get a little antsy. We're like, 10 steps ahead of Parkinson, like, come on, like put somebody else in, even with the subs, we're like 10 minutes ahead of him. But eventually he gets there. Which is good. So, it's a tough, it ain't easy. I mean, it ain't easy. Yesterday I'd said that yesterday was a classic Wrexham DNA win. It would have been great to win 4-5-0, but classic 1-0 victory, Wrexham at home, clean sheet, and just doing it. Never going to be easy. Never was going to be easy. Expected to win because it's Oxford. Yeah, they were in the mud, 1 point below us, but that's all BS. You got to go out and perform. And that was a classic Wrexham victory. Parkinson going out there too, down to 10 men again. So it's unfortunate that happened, but there you go. John Hill says, no wonder Blackburn were so pissed to see Hyam go. And they were. Hyam's looking great. I really like Hyam a lot. Got to run, guys. I have a student. So you go. See you, Esteban. After Middlesbrough comes Coventry, who has scored 31 goals. Buckle up. Yeah, strap right in. It's a rocket ship. It's a rocket ship. And quoting Armageddon. I remember this one. It's when the Coyote gets onto the rocket and he, goes, I don't know. We have to, he's like, we got better rockets. These are better rockets right now. Coventry City and Middlesbrough are definitely better rockets. Buckle up. Doesn't mean we're going to get rinsed. But don't play to lose. I think Ashfield's going to be out for a while, says John Hills. Blackburn looks like likely to go down, possibly. Blackburn lost Smottix, then Travis, then Beck, and Hyam. They're not a team where they played in the cup. No, that's a team. That's a good team there. And John says, speaking of injuries, hope Kakache can stay fit because he was man of the match for the first half and brings balance to the team. Doubling. Yes, if those guys on the wings can get a run of play if those guys can get a run of wings on the play, we have a really balanced offense if we use it correctly. Oxford gave us the ball for most of the game. We had 60% possession, whatever it was. If we use them correctly, not just one side or the other side, go up the middle, do things. I think we can do that really good. Acme Rockets, Daniel Duckman says too. And time for classic Wrexham 5-0, 5-5 blockbuster versus Coventry. I'll take it. I will. You're going to see me lose it on a watch along. There's a couple more. Sorry, I'm just doing some things on the side here, touching all the buttons. Parkinson had a few more quotes about yesterday. He said the lads did exactly what they asked them to in terms of imposing themselves, shaping the position. I thought we looked really snappy and good yesterday. Everyone did their role for the team in and out of possession. Parkinson is, really hitting on that this year about being very comfortable out of possession. That's one thing. There was good physicality about the team. The horrible things you need to do on the pitch, we did very well, he said. Off the back of that, we played some terrific football for the first 30 minutes. Thought that was our most impressive performance. Yes, I do agree that the Norwich game was great too, but I thought yesterday was a full Wrexham 6 to midnight performance. He said I wanted to put it in performance that showed that what we were all about. I don't think we've been outclassed this season. I don't think he thinks we've been outclassed this season. Maybe a little bit unlucky with the results, but I don't. We belong in this league for sure. Coventry has 2 strikers on 8 goals so far this season. Jesus H. And Max and Kabore pairing will only get more and more dangerous. And the more they get to play together, Max did great with the overlaps on his attack last night. I thought Max did good last night too. Max did very good last night. Max is growing into working with Kabore, and I'm really good. But Max, throughout his career, Max has had more experienced players in the center, in the middle next to him. O'Connell, Tozer, and now Hyam. And I think he's learning really well off of them. He's starting to push a little bit forward, got a little bit more confidence last night. So good on him. Dana says you will lose it on a watch long, even if we win. So many dangers. Yeah, danger JA, danger Josh Anthony's out there too. And John says, I really like Haji Wright, who plays on the U.S. men's national team. He looks dangerous. He does, but the U.S. men's national team is awful. It's almost unwatchable. I don't know how. That's a whole nother topic, my friend. Whole nother topic. Quick one last year too. Parkinson says there's been a lot of anxiety with the new players coming in and not getting that win. I'm glad we got that monkey off our back. Home win. That storyline's done. Take that out. Put it in the woodshed. That's over. Storyline done. We got our first home win of the season. That's it. That's it. It's great. That's it. Done. Storyline done. That's it. He says, putting the result onto one side, we wanted to put in performance that reflects where we are as a group and where we are all about as a club. Yes. Yep. You got to get performances are good. Results are better. Some might say the other things around, but I'm not happy to be here. I think we're going to compete in this league. I still think we can get to the playoffs. I will oscillate by game by game, minute by minute, half by half. It's very tough, but I still feel like we have something to say in this league. I don't care what anyone says. Until it's over, it's over. This team does not quit. Parkinson, after the sending off, we had the show Grit and Determination, which he loved to see, and I think we did. I think we did. That's what the team is built for. The last 3 years, we've done that to represent it. I wish we didn't have to go down to 10 men, but when you do, you have to respond. Well, we did. Parkinson talked about the sending off himself. Elliot Lee, referee. Elliot Bell was the referee. Sorry. He said, Callum did go in aggressively, but it was low. The ref could have taken a deep breath and given a yellow. I agree with that. I think it was very hard. He got that red card out so damn fast. It was like shipwreck in the hell's that stupid movie? God damn it. American Pie. That's how quick he got it out. Boom. He was out. He wanted that done. I think it could have been a yellow card. That's it. But I think us going down to 10 men also did help us out to get into our shape, not get aggressive. I know Smith had 3 shots. One of them could have scored, or all 3 could have scored. But I think it did help us out to get that result. We came together, and did our thing, and actually saw it over the line, which is great. Learning, calluses. Excited to see if we can raise our level for the next couple of games. I agree with that. That's a good one. And beating Cardiff will be a big statement, as well as the Welsh teams go. Elliot Balls. Yeah. Paul Mullen, Elliot Balls. There you go. Anyways, listen, injuries are going to happen. We got games coming up. It's going to be exciting, tough run of matches right now. As I read it off to you 5 minutes ago, it's Middlesbrough on Saturday. Cup game on Tuesday. Thanksgiving home against Coventry City. Flying. Portsmouth away. That's a Wednesday game. Saturday, 7 a.m. against Charlton, Ipswich, Bristol. I mean, it's coming. November will be no walk in the park, Kazansky. It's going to be tough. But this is what we signed up for. Don't be scared. Go up. Go do what we got to do. Let's see what kind of performances we can put in. The team is now getting back to full fitness. I know we're talking to some of the guys that, not full fitness. The team should be gelling at this point. Some of the guys that are coming back from injury, I think will help us out. I'm so glad to hear that the Shafe one's not serious and the Rath one's not serious as well. But get these guys back to full fitness. Kabore, the other side, you got Kakache back. Guys need to get out there and start performing. So let's see how that goes. Thanksgiving, Wednesday, November 26th. That's Wednesday, November 26th is that Blackout Wednesday? Yeah. Wednesday, November 26th is Blackout Wednesday. If you know, look it up. You know. Thanksgiving, my favorite, by the way. Blackout Wednesday, the night before. Halloween home versus Coventry. Yeah, it's gonna be a scary one. We got to go and play. That's next Friday, by the way. So, anyways, thank you for coming in. Smash that like button, subscribe, share it out, become a member if you want. That's awesome too. Really good for the channel, as I mentioned earlier. Just a little bit too. Tactical fortitudes in like 3 hours, which is great. Looking forward to hearing what the boys think about that. Ken, Aaron, and Patty Aaron and Victor are gonna be jumping on doing that. And whatever breaks, you know how we do it here. Get those bells on as well. That's the bottom right hand corner. And what else I have to say? One more thing. Oh, Aaron did a great job after he booted me off the show. Although he did do one of these. How about Josh? How about Aaron? Gosh. Fun stuff. Love that guy. Let me see. Last one's here. I would like to see Smith, how Smith plays with new formation. Have more come on the last 30 minutes. You meant to say Halloween, but you said Thanksgiving. Yes, sorry. Thank you, Kelly. Appreciate that. Thank you, Kelly. Always good for being corrected because my mind is scrambled. But I love all of you. Matt White, you're very welcome. And Josh Burgundy. And on that bombshell, we'll see y'all soon.